So this is a video kind of just on my thoughts that's been kind of circling through my head recently, and more because with the introduction of link summoning, some people are freaking out because new rules, new changes. Some people really hate change. Some people embrace it. Some people say it's going to kill the game. Some people say that it's going to progress the game even further and make it more fun, slow the game down. Some people are afraid of, I don't know, it's going to be somehow power creeped. There's a lot of reactions going on about that. But that makes me think is like, has Yu-Gi-Oh really changed that much at all throughout the years? I mean, when you break Yu-Gi-Oh down into the simplest form, or simplest form in this scenario, it's basically you're trying to make a board first turn that your opponent can't get over that wins you the game. And you also think about, if your opponent does get over the board, how much can you come back from that? Making sure you don't waste all your resources and things like that. And, you know, I think that still basically remains the same, whether it's now or 2007 or whatever. I'm just throwing a random year out there, but, that win con basically has stayed the same. It just now, sometimes, well, now definitely for sure, you can make stronger boards faster, more aggressive, and not get maybe punished as much as back in the day. But at the same time, your opponent can do that too, and you can do that. So it's not like it's unfair. I mean, because you can get access to all these cards just like anybody else. It sucks that Yu-Gi-Oh costs a lot of money sometimes, but I mean, if you've played this game any sort of amount of time, this game costs money. Yes, you can play without spending so much money, but sometimes there's cards and staples that are just a lot of money. In a sense, Dimensional Barrier, it's not a staple, but it's a really good trap card, and I think they're like 50, $60, and you can run three of them, so that's 150 right there for three cards. Um, it's just, I hear a lot of complaining just from, players that used to play this game, people who just recently quit, or people who are just scared of link summoning. They're like, oh, the game's going to change so much. Back in my day, I had this. Back in my day, I had this. Yes, I understand. There was different formats. You liked a certain format. I love, Go format and the formats kind of after that because it reminds me of my childhood and some good times. But there was forms I played, before that formats that I still like too. And when I came back, like I didn't know, like I came back here and there throughout the years, and like I didn't know what synchro was. You know what I mean? I didn't know what an XYZ was, or like XYZs just came out pretty much when I like got back in 2012 or whatever year it was. But I adapted, and so do a lot of players. You just adapt to like new summonings. You know what I mean? Like, sure, it started off as just vanilla beat stick monsters back in whatever 1998 or whatever the case may be, but it evolved, but it didn't really change now, did it? Maybe the colors on the cards are different. Maybe there's, more powerful effects, but your opponent can do the same thing that you can do. So is it really that much of a difference? Yeah, maybe the games take a lot less longer than they used to. Well, you know what? Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of famous and infamous at the same time for there's a lot of decks in this game throughout the years that it's fun for you to play, but when you play against it, it sucks. It's boring. You don't like it. But at the same time, decks like that, if you're playing them, you enjoy playing them a lot. Dragon Rulers, Lightsworn is one of the most infamous ones, but Pendulum decks. I still think that mechanic, was broken when it first got introduced, but I played through it. I didn't play as much as when other mechanics got introduced, but I eventually caved in. I'm playing a Pendulum deck now, and it's fun. I didn't have any like hate towards them. Like sometimes, it just sucks because you can just summon all these monsters back every turn if you don't have plays. But you adapt to those certain things. You adapt to those situations, and just makes the game sometimes more complicated, sometimes more easy. It's just how Yu goes. But at the end of the day, I don't think that much has changed. So people freaking out about link summoning, don't worry about it. unless they screw it up so bad, the game's going to be fine. That's it. That's all I got to say. Agree, disagree, it don't matter. Leave a comment. Let me know. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be fine. End of story.